Mamma mia. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Who would have truly thought Alberto Costa to Sporting Lisbon? It's being reported that this deal was practically done. 75% there. Juventus have made their profits. Definitely not a piece of news I was expecting to wake up to. Like, I was thinking I'm going to wake up to some Dusan Vlahovic. He's finally out. His contract's terminated. Juventus have finally signed somebody. Juventus are finally linked with a centre-half that they're going to go out and pursue. Something like that. Maybe even the third kit. I've already seen it, but the third kit being announced. Like, Alberto Costa? High-flying Alberto Costa? Flicks, tricks, Jogo Bonito. Alberto Costa? Like, if somebody was to sit me down right now, let's just say me and you, we go out to a pizza shop. You get a margarita, I get myself a margarita with olives, mushroom, and a bit of peppers. Okay? We're sat having a conversation and you tell me, Haj, Alberto Costa's leaving Juventus. How do you feel about it? Are you happy? No, not really. Are you heartbroken? Are you sad? Are you like pissed off? No, not really. So how do you feel? I'd probably say I'm baffled. Like very, very, very baffled. Like for example, Dusan Vlahovic leaving. I get it. I understand it. I understand it financially. I understand it from a footballing perspective. No problem. Francisco Conce's out. It's being reported that they've signed him. It's also being reported that they can't agree with Porto. Whether he stays or not, I understand. Renato Vega going back to Chelsea. I understand. Alberto Costa leaving when he was signed in January? Leaving 6 months later? Do I understand it from a financial perspective? No, not really. Do I understand it from a footballing perspective? No, not really. Do I understand Juventus' strategy? No, not really. Like www.nonotreally.co.uk. I don't get it. Now don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like to play devil's advocate, okay? I like to sit on both sides of the fence. Financially, for you to sign a player in January for, I believe, 12 million from Vitória Guimarães. Yeah. Look at the pronunciation, okay? A player that was signed for 12 million in January from Vitória Guimarães. He hardly played. Let's be real. Like, he hardly played. If you invest in an asset and you don't utilize it and you don't pump money and time into it, this asset will just depreciate in value. And so many times a player is signed 6 months later, they get sold for half the price, for 25% off, because in everybody's eyes, you signed this player, you didn't play them. Why do you think I'm going to give you more than you paid for him? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So from Juventus' perspective, financially speaking, you sign yourself a guy for 12 million in January. He gets no minutes under Thiago Motta. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. I feel like Thiago Motta was only bringing him off the bench towards like his last two to three last games before he got sacked. I feel like Motta was just trying to send a message, which is, I would rather bring him on rather than Kenan. I would rather bring him on than Vlahovic. I would rather bring him on than Thuram, yeah? But then he paid the price, okay? I feel like he hardly got any opportunities under somebody like Motta. Tudor came in. Even when Tudor first came in, first few games, it was Timothy Weah that was playing as a wing-back. Then, I believe either it was an injury or a suspension. I believe it was a suspension. Alberto Costa comes into the team. And the one thing that people forget is Alberto Costa comes into the team. 3 games that Juventus have to win. They have to win them from Lazio, Udinese and Venezia, the last game of the season. Imagine being thrown into the deep end, 3 must-win games, and I'd be a liar if I told you guys, Lazio, Udinese, he wasn't one of the best players on the pitch. I can't remember which game it was. I believe it was Udinese, where he was man of the match. He literally ran the show. So for Juventus to turn around and be like, signed in January for 12 million, hardly any minutes given to him. Besides, I don't know, let's say 270 minutes, 300 minutes maximum. For us to now sell him for 20, I believe it's plus 2 to 3 in add-ons. So for us to potentially sell him for a 10 million profit, like in 6 months, you've profited 10 million. It's good money. It's a good return on investment, ROI. It's a good return on investment. Sign in January, give them hardly any minutes, hardly play them, basically outcast them, bring them in for the last 3 games of the season, and then sell them for 10 million profit. It's good. It's good business. But I don't get it. Like, I always look at it from this perspective. How do you think Sporting Lisbon are looking at somebody like Alberto Costa? Do you think they don't know that he's hardly played? Do you think they don't know that Thiago must have never favoured him? Do you think they don't know that Juventus signed him for 12 million? Do you think they don't know these things? But they're still more than happy to pay 20 to 23 million for him. So what does that tell you about him, the player? It tells you they've seen enough in just, I don't know, 3 games, plus 3-4 games in the Club World Cup. He hasn't even played 10 games, yeah? I don't even think he's got 10 Juventus starts. He hasn't got 10 Juventus starts. Yet they've seen enough to turn around and be like, you know what? We're more than happy to pay Juventus 10 million extra, okay? Now, my own personal opinion on Alberto Costa is, I actually think he's a good player. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, don't get me wrong. There are a few things about him which I don't like. I think he's definitely one of those fullbacks / wingbacks that falls into the bracket where he loves attacking. He loves having shots on goal. He loves the skills and the tricks. Defending, I think he needs a lot of work. Like, I don't want to say he's raw, he's underdeveloped, he's underexperienced. But the thing is, he is. Like, he really is. Like, he hasn't really got many minutes. Even when he was in Portugal, he is underdeveloped, he is underexperienced. But he's got a lot of attributes which, if Juventus were to refine and if they were to like iron out a few pieces of his game, you've actually got yourself a good wing back. Like, he's a good asset. Like, you have to bear in mind, for somebody that's a wing back, fullback, he's 6'1", 21 years old, built like a tank, fast as hell. Like, you don't really come across fullbacks like that nowadays. Like, he's actually strong when he carries the ball. He's strong. He's got quick feet. He's tenacious. He's aggressive. He, hands down, he's the guy that leads the press for Juventus in the final third. And I feel like it's because he's just so eager to get the ball back. These are like characteristics. These are attributes that you might not get in another player. I'll be honest with you guys. You might not get them. Like, I'm torn, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm 50-50. In terms of financially, I don't really care about a 10 million profit because I don't think that 10 million is a game changer. You know what I mean? Like, that 10 million is not going to go and get Juventus Leone tomorrow or Ballardi tomorrow or Laporte. It isn't. Like, that 10 million, the profit margin isn't too big to let go of an asset which is actually beginning to pick up form. An asset which is actually beginning to perform. Like, I'll be real, an asset where I feel like a lot of Juventus fans were going into next season thinking, we want to see what this guy could actually do. That now that he's got a full campaign, playing as a wing-back, and Tudor favours him. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, he's rash. I'll be honest with you guys. He's very, very, very rash. I saw it in the Club World Cup, especially when Juventus came up against good opposition. Like, he's one of those dudes where he lunges into the tackle without any awareness of what's going on around him, whether there's an underlap, whether there's an overlap. And I feel like a lot of times, especially the game against Manchester City, throughout that game, he was in the wrong place he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah, every single time. Like, Doku had serious fun against him. But at the end of the day, he isn't the finished product. Like, nobody is looking at him and saying, I was expecting a 10 out of 10 performance out of you and you gave me 2 out of 10. But the dude is 21. Probably got, maximum 20, 25 career appearances under his belt. You have to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. When you sign a young player that's underdeveloped, that's underexperienced, you have to accept there will be moments where you're sat thinking, wow, in a good way. And then there'll be moments where you're sat watching him thinking, wow, in a bad way. I don't get it. And I'll be honest with you guys. You know what it is? Let me be completely honest with you guys, because I am boiling hot over here. The reason why I don't get it, I don't have faith in Juventus replacing him with a player of equal quality, because I find it very hard to believe that Juventus will sell him for 20 million and go and give Flamingo 25 million for Wesley. Hell no. I find it very hard to believe that they would sell him and go and get Dodo from Fiorentina for 25 million. I find that very, very, very hard to believe. Like, for me, it's just how do I put it? Like, for me, it's just an unnecessary sale. It's just an unnecessary sale, because now, on top of having to sign 2 centre-halves, you now have to go out and sign a wing-back. You also have to go out and sign an attacker. You probably have to go out and sign a midfielder. Like, you're just adding more things to the list, when in reality, the list is not getting any shorter. Like, it isn't. Like, Juventus have only made 1 recruit so far. So, I don't get it from so many different perspectives. Like, yeah, financially, I get it partially, but I don't know. Like, I'm not over the moon to see him go. I'm not sad to see him go. He's genuinely just a player that I would have liked to have seen given 12 months, seeing what he can do throughout an entire Serie A campaign. But I feel like my concern is more, I don't know if Juventus are actually going to go out and replace him with a player that's better than him, or let alone a player of equal quality. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if next season the wing back is Timothy Weah. And if that is the case, then Juventus have regressed. Okay, that is a fact. Then Juventus have regressed. Time will tell. Yeah, time will tell. Now, if you're new, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on another one.